Kansas City, Missouri is renowned for its world-class barbecue, distinguished by tender, perfectly cooked meats and a sweet, tangy sauce that embodies the city's unique culinary style. Known as the City of Fountains, it boasts more than 200 fountains that grace its streets, parks, and plazas, adding a touch of elegance to its urban charm. The city is also a vital hub for jazz music, with iconic landmarks like the American Jazz Museum celebrating its rich and storied history. Kansas City seamlessly blends art, culture, and food, creating a vibrant and dynamic urban experience. But did you know that Kansas City also has a more infamous side? Since the early 1900s, the saying, "If you want to see some sin, forget about Paris and go to Kansas City," has hinted at the city's darker chapters in history. Let's explore this fascinating duality. First, it's essential to understand that there are actually two Kansas cities: Kansas City, Missouri, often abbreviated as KCMO, and Kansas City, Kansas, known as KCK. KCMO is the largest city in Missouri, while KCK is the third most populous city in Kansas and the county seat of Wyandotte County. Though they share a name, KCK functions as an inner suburb of KCMO and features a denser, older layout. Despite their proximity and shared identity, the two cities have distinct governments and unique characteristics. For this discussion, we'll focus on Kansas City, Missouri, the largest city in the state in terms of land area, spanning 319.03 square miles. According to the 2020 census, KCMO is home to 508,090 residents, making it the 37th most populous city in the United States and the 6th largest in the Midwest. The Greater Kansas City metropolitan area, which crosses the Missouri-Kansas border, has a total population of approximately 2.39 million people. Founded in the 1830s as a port at the confluence of the Missouri and Kansas rivers, KCMO has grown into a powerhouse of culture and commerce. By 2004, the metropolitan area boasted a gross domestic product of $41.68 billion, accounting for 20.5% of Missouri's economy. It is home to significant federal institutions, including the Federal Reserve Bank and one of the largest IRS offices in the country. Major corporations like Honeywell and Sanofi-Aventis also contribute to the city's economic strength. The city is a melting pot of cultures, with one of the largest Somali and Sudanese immigrant populations in the U.S., alongside a vibrant Latino and Hispanic community. KCMO's reputation is built on its signature barbecue, a thriving jazz scene, and a flourishing arts community. It is also a center for innovation in science and health, hosting institutions like the Stowers Institute for Medical Research and National Animal Research Facilities. Thanks to its affordable cost of living and abundant amenities, Kansas City, Missouri, consistently ranks among the best cities to live in the United States. Beneath the vibrant jazz culture and the tantalizing aroma of Kansas City's signature barbecue lies a much darker reality: a growing homelessness crisis. Every night, over 2,200 people in Kansas City, Missouri go without shelter, while an additional 1,200 students in Kansas City public schools live without adequate housing. Families often find refuge in makeshift tent communities under city bridges, banding together to form small, fragile networks that provide a sense of security amidst their precarious circumstances. One initiative seeking to address this crisis is Project Homeless Connect Kansas City, PHCKC, an annual event held at the Greg Kleiss Community Center. This event offers essential services ranging from housing assistance to medical and dental checkups, and even simple acts of kindness like free haircuts. Since its inception in 2014, PHCKC has provided support to over 2,700 homeless individuals with the help of dedicated volunteers and generous donors. However, as impactful as this initiative may be, it represents only a small step in addressing a monumental challenge. Meanwhile, city officials often dismantle homeless encampments, forcing their occupants to move repeatedly without offering long-term solutions. "We're like a family here," one resident of such a camp explained.
We created a family. We created a union. We united as family.
Resisting the order to leave the place they had come to see as home. This ongoing tension highlights Kansas City's failure to provide sustainable housing for its most vulnerable citizens. Kansas City finds itself at a critical crossroads. On one side, there are earnest efforts to connect the homeless with vital social services. On the other, these individuals remain trapped by stigma, uncertainty, and policies that fall short of addressing the root causes of their plight. Beyond the visible struggles of homelessness, Kansas City harbors an even more insidious problem: human trafficking and prostitution that cast long shadows over the city's bustling streets. In 2020 alone, more than 300 arrests were made for prostitution-related offenses in Kansas City. And in 2021, Missouri authorities identified 240 cases of human trafficking. These grim numbers only scratch the surface of the problem, which thrives in the hidden corners of the city. Under the harsh midday sun, law enforcement operations reveal the darker side of Kansas City. Hotels become sites for transactions, while streets silently bear witness to the suffering of the victims. Young women, and at times, mothers and even grandmothers, are ensnared in this grim reality, many driven into it by drug addiction or financial desperation. Some victims are trapped by manipulative promises, lured in by so-called boyfriends, who are, in reality, orchestrators of exploitation. Missouri authorities have introduced new initiatives to raise public awareness about the warning signs of human trafficking. Indicators such as traveling with significantly older companions, visible bruises, or tight control over one's schedule and identification are red flags pointing to possible exploitation. While organizations like Truckers Against Trafficking and local law enforcement work tirelessly to combat this issue, for many victims, escape feels like an unattainable dream. Prostitution, once confined to dark alleys and nighttime hours, now occurs openly during the day. Police surveillance has revealed transactions happening in hotel rooms and even during lunch hours. Those involved range from blue-collar workers to corporate executives, demonstrating that this form of exploitation transcends socioeconomic boundaries.
I think I was kind of just in shock and I didn't really know what to think of it. And I just wanted to be cared about, and I wanted a person to care about me and to be loved. So at that point, I just didn't really know what to do.
Kansas City faces an unsettling reality when it comes to crime and criminality. With a violent crime rate of 14.83 incidents per 1,000 residents, the city consistently ranks among the 100 most dangerous cities in the United States. In 2021, the likelihood of becoming a victim of violent crime here was 1 in 67, while property crime presented an even greater threat, with odds of 1 in 21. In 2020, Kansas City experienced a peak in its homicide rate, marking a grim milestone. While there has been a significant decrease by 2024, the threat of violence remains pervasive. Armed robberies, physical assaults, and motor vehicle thefts occur with alarming regularity, especially in areas like South Blue Valley, where crime rates soar 531% above the national average. Gang activity, drug trafficking, and even white-collar crimes further contribute to the city's deep-seated issues with criminality. Other neighborhoods, such as Marlboro East and Hidden Valley, also grapple with alarmingly high crime rates. These figures are a reflection of severe economic disparities and the low median income of many local residents. For example, in South Blue Valley, the odds of falling victim to a crime are 1 in 7. Violent theft and homicides pose constant dangers to those living in these areas. Despite these challenges, Kansas City has not given up on finding solutions. The city has implemented strategies like algorithm-driven proactive patrols to target crime hotspots more efficiently. Revitalization projects in several neighborhoods have also brought glimpses of hope, aiming to uplift struggling communities. Still, the stark reality remains. Kansas City is statistically safer than only 1% of cities across the United States. While progress is being made, the road to significant improvement is long and arduous, underscoring the city's ongoing struggle to provide safety and security for its residents. Kansas City faces a formidable challenge in the form of rampant drug abuse, which has emerged as a significant public health crisis. In recent years, the city has experienced a sharp rise in drug overdose deaths, driven primarily by the proliferation of illegal fentanyl. The death toll in Kansas City and its surrounding areas continues to climb, leaving an unfillable void in communities grappling with loss. In 2021 alone, over 600 overdose fatalities were recorded in Kansas, nearly half of which were linked to synthetic opioids like fentanyl. These numbers reflect a broader trend across Missouri, where overdose deaths have surged dramatically. However, this crisis is far more than just a series of statistics. Kansas City is rife with personal tragedies that underscore the devastation caused by drug abuse. One such case involves 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans who were found dead in a friend's backyard. Investigations revealed that all 3 had ingested lethal doses of fentanyl far exceeding the safe threshold, a grim reminder of the unforeseen dangers posed by illicit substances. The spring of 2024 has brought an unusual wave of severe weather to Kansas City, keeping residents on edge. For weeks, the city endured relentless thunderstorms and tornadoes, leaving a trail of destruction. Heavy rains and powerful winds battered the region, with Kansas City International Airport recording a staggering 3.9 inches of rainfall over just a few days. On a particularly ominous Tuesday evening, the skies turned a striking yellow before a tornado touched down in Westmoreland, Kansas. The storm claimed 1 life and damaged at least 22 homes, with wind speeds reaching up to 70 miles per hour. Adding to the chaos, hailstones the size of half-dollar coins pelted the area, vividly illustrating the storm's intensity. Kansas City's National Weather Service reported an unusually high number of tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings in 2024. By the end of April, they had issued 22 tornado warnings and 136 severe thunderstorm warnings, significantly exceeding the annual average. Experts point to more frequent atmospheric turbulence around Kansas City as a key factor in the uptick in extreme weather events.